The likes of Kim Kardashian and Rihanna may be self-made billionaires, but most of the world's richest women are actually worth less than 10 times what they are. The difference is that in most cases, their wealth was inherited. But whether they were born into a dynasty or married into their windfall, even the richest woman on Earth only has a net worth that's a third of Elon Musk's US $218 billion fortune. Still, one woman's fortune is enough to at least beat Meta founder Mark Zuckerberg's wealth of US $71 billion. In today's video, we will be showing you top richest women in the world. Without further ado, let's begin. SUSANNE KLATTEN, $18.6 billion. SUSANNE KLATTEN holds the 7th spot of the richest women list with a net worth of $18.6 billion. She earned her wealth from a variety of shares in BMW, SGL, Atlanta, and more. She garnered her shares in BMW from her parents after they passed away, and she helped transform her grandpa's company Atlanta into a very successful chemical company. Yang HUIYAN, $22.5 billion. Yang HUIYAN holds 55% of shares in her father Yang Guoqian's company called Country Garden Group, a proprietary development company. Because of her net worth of $22.5 billion, she's the 5th richest woman in the world and the youngest billionaire in Asia at 40 years old. The Foshan, China-based business is located in Guangdong Province and trades publicly in Hong Kong. She owns her stakes in the company, which was co-founded by her father in 1992 through 3 holding companies based in the British Virgin Isles: Concrete Wind, Golden Value Investment, and Genesis Capital Global. Iris Fontbona, $23.1 billion. Iris Fontbona holds the 9th spot on the list and is considered the richest person in Chile, with a net worth of $23.1 billion. Fontbona and her children control Antofagasta, a mining company based in Chile. She also owns the majority of Quintico, a conglomerate in Chile, and works frequently with philanthropy. GINA REINHART, $25.2 billion. GINA REINHART, currently the executive chairperson for Hanok Prospecting, a mining company originally founded by her father. She is credited with being the one to make one of the most powerful mining companies in the world, giving her a net worth of $25.2 billion. MIRIAM ADELSON, $25.6 billion. MIRIAM ADELSON originally obtained a substantial amount of wealth from marrying business tycoon Sheldon Adelson. While she's very well known for her political donations, she's mostly known for her wealth in her majority ownership of Las Vegas Sands, which gives her a net worth of $25.6 billion. As GOP megadonors, MIRIAM and Sheldon Adelson donated $180 million to Republican campaigns and political action committees in 2020. Born in Israel, she became a medical doctor focusing on addiction. MIRIAM ADELSON is the widow of Sheldon Adelson, the former CEO and chairman of casino company Las Vegas Sands, who died at 87 in January 2022. Jacqueline Mars, US $32.6 billion. Mars Incorporated was founded by Mars' grandfather, Frank C. Mars, in 1911, and the confectionery and pet food company behind the likes of M&M's and Pedigree dog food has made his granddaughter a multi-billionaire. Mars worked at the company for nearly 20 years between 1982 and 2001, and at the age of 82 is now worth more than US $32 billion as a result, according to Forbes. Aside from her work on the board of the company, she owns a horse farm in Virginia with animals that have been ridden by Olympic medalists. MacKenzie Scott, US $43.6 billion. The ex-wife of Amazon founder Jeff Bezos has donated more than $12.5 billion to more than 1,253 organizations in the past 2 years following her split from the former richest man on the planet in 2019, according to Bloomberg. The philanthropist has donated more than Bezos, who is currently the 2nd richest person in the world. However, she still remains one of the richest women on the planet with a net worth of US $43.6 billion. Scott received US $38 billion of her and Bezos's US $137 billion fortune in the divorce settlement. She also got a quarter of Amazon's shares in the split, but she has pledged to give away much of her soaring wealth. Her most recent donation was a whopping US $122 million gift to American youth mentoring charity Big Brothers Big Sisters. Alice Walton, US $59.2 billion. The 72-year-old daughter of Walmart founder Sam Walton was the richest woman in the world in 2020. She and her brothers share a 50% stake in the company. Walton has been among the world's wealthiest women for more than 10 years, and her love of art is well known. She is currently the chairwoman of the Walton Family Foundation's Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art. Despite being worth more than the next woman on this list just 2 months ago, Walton's family lost a staggering US $19 billion in mid-May 2022, when the company's stock price plummeted after posting its quarterly results. COVID-19 staffing issues, inventory issues, and fuel prices all contributed to the drop, according to Bloomberg. The Richest Bling Empire Season 2 cast member net worths ranked 25 July 2022. Julia Koch, US $63.4 billion. Julia Koch, 60, and her 3 children own a 42% stake in Koch Industries, which was founded by her late husband, David Koch. Koch was a philanthropist and conservative political donor at the helm of his US $100 billion company until he retired in 2018, then passed away in 2019 with an estimated net worth of $50.5 billion. His older brother Charles owns another 42% of what is now the second largest private company in the United States. The youngest Koch sibling, Bill, sold his stake in the company in 1983 and went on to found Oxbridge Academy, the Florida high school that Barron Trump attends, in 2011. In 2019, he was estimated to be worth $1.8 billion, but his sister-in-law Julia wins the title of Richest Koch with a net worth of over US $63 billion. The New York socialite hangs in elite circles and made her debut as chair at the Met Gala in 1997, the same year that her husband's foundation sponsored the event. Françoise Bettencourt Meyers, US $74.8 billion. Before the first time Bettencourt Meyers made Forbes' World's Top Billionaires list in 2018, her mother, Lillian Bettencourt, had been the richest woman in the world. But since her mother's death, Françoise Bettencourt Meyers, the granddaughter of French beauty giant L'Oréal's founder, has topped the list on the planet's wealthiest women. Bettencourt Meyers, 68, has served on the board of L'Oréal since 1997, and she and her family own 33% of the company. She also works as an author and has written about Greek gods and the Bible. Bettencourt Meyers' relationship with her mother was a famously rocky one, and 8 people were convicted of exploiting her ailing mother in a 2015 court case, just a few years before the Bettencourt matriarch died. In 2019, the family and the brand teamed up to donate US $226 million to help repair Paris's Notre Dame Cathedral after a devastating fire,